If humans suddenly didn't ever have to sleep anymore, and you now have an extra 8 hours every day, what would you do with that time? Sinigra says, sleep anyways. Edit, guys, thanks for the awards. Sadhorse Kaishan says, doesn't matter what you'd like to do with it. The standard workday would suddenly be 16 hours long. Fish says, restaurants would instantly become 33% more profitable, because people would need a fourth meal. Kerbeam says, I remember reading a fictional story about this. A pill was invented that made it so people didn't need to sleep. The main character was one of the few people in the world who was not affected by the pill and tells his story living in a world where having to sleep is a disability. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the story was called. Yetispaghetti24 says, spend 4 hours trying to motivate myself to be productive and change the world, then spend the next 4 hours gaming. Scruffles the Penguin says, cry because my child no longer sleeps. Alcoholic Molerat says, IDK go on my phone. Momijisu says, probably working. The world has a way with finding ways to make you have to work longer, and I'm fairly sure suddenly finding you can make people work perpetually for as long as possible would happen within days of this discovery. Egnid says, I like my life. But I also wake up at 6:15 a.m. to get ready for work and have a little free time to myself and don't usually get home until at least 8 p.m. At that point I'm helping my fiancé making a late dinner and we watch 1 or 2 things on TV before going to sleep. I could see life being just way more enjoyable with that extra 8 hours of time. Time to just do me and read more. And play all the cool video games I miss out on. See a few more movies. Basically, just do all the small things I never seem to have time for. And #X200B. Edit, a lot of people seem to be curious about this. I've been teaching karate for 16 years in the afternoons and have worked myself up to a pretty respectful spot in my community, but due to limited hours of businesses like that I supplement my income by working as a one-to-one in the school districts. Kitten Mittens 1000 says, cry silently in the corner because now I have to spend 24 hours a day with my children. Hangry Guy says, people get 8 hours of sleep. Shaman App says, buy Christmas trees. True story. Years ago me and my wife were having trouble sleeping. And it was probably 2 or 3 in the morning. We were both wide awake, it was early December and we thought how to make the time productive. We knew there was a Home Depot near us that was open 24/7, so we were like, fuck it, let's go get a Christmas tree. Going into this, we thought we would be the only people showing up at a 24-hour Home Depot at 3 a.m. to buy a Christmas tree. Wrong, there were 2 other couples there shopping for trees as well. One was a gay couple and the other was a lesbian couple, not that that matters, but just painting the picture. It was a pretty surreal experience. You'd think that 3 couples buying Xmas trees at 3 a.m. would have some camaraderie. Nope, we all acted like we were the only ones there. There were no glances, hellos, nice tree selection. It was as if we were all ashamed of the life decisions we made brought us to a Home Depot at 3 a.m. to buy a Christmas tree. I'm sure they have their reasons, and I'm not nosy enough to ask. The gay couple was ill-equipped to take home a tree. They had either a VW Bug or an Audi TT. Can't remember exactly, but just remember them trying to tie that shit to the roof. Hysterical. Anyway, we got our tree and came home. To this day, if we are ever up in the middle of the night, we just say, wanna go buy a Christmas tree? Good times. Antimatter says, Reddit and depression. Truthenlees says, I'm American, my workplace would find a way to require me to spend it there. Dothay Traditions says, I'm trying to cut my Pornhub time and you throw in this wrench. Leortasquid says, sleep anyways cause it's nice and you can dodge responsibilities for a few hours. The Dogs Bollies says, have an extra wank. Sorted. S. Jack Warner S. says, nothing productive, I sleep 4.5 hours a day. I have time to do everything I want. But none of it is productive. Edit, thanks for your concern everyone. I'm following a 2-phase sleep cycle. I take a 30 minutes nap and sleep 4 hours at night. I feel great and I'm never sleepy. I don't know if polyphasic sleep cycles are better or not, and honestly I don't care too much. I've been doing this for a year and a half and it changed my life. Before this, I spent 15 years of my life with insomnia. I would sleep from nothing at all to 2 hours on the worst nights, and every few weeks I'd sleep all day and wake up feeling awful. Forbidden Llama says, the government would change hours of service regulations and I'd end up working most of that too. Roy Castle says, check out Beggars in Spain by Nancy Kress, interesting sci-fi novel about the first humans to undergo gene therapy that eliminates the need for sleep. TLDR is all that we find out that sleep holds us back and the sleepless people are so super productive and accomplished that normal people lash out, etc. Pretty interesting. Vase for Lizards says, less cocaine. Rorma 2000 says, play Skyrim, probably. Ajay says, if that happened then you would probably see everything double in price, so we have to work another 8 hours a day. Jessica Rose GG says, I think business would adjust to accommodate late-night sales, so then you'd be able to apply for jobs depending on whether or not you are an early bird or a night owl. That would be great for me because I work better later in the day. I would love to spend my daytime hours doing things I wanted, take my pets out for exercise, hike, etc., and then work when it's dark. Parkway 42 says, would definitely end up working. Thanks for watching. What would be your response? Leave it in the comments and see what the others say. Please also like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time.